So, what's the campaign trail look like? What's Monday look like for you?
Monday, next week.
Today.
The day was a busy day.
Yeah.
I've been knocking on doors about all day long when the rain quit, and I actually didn't know if I was going to make it here in time or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been hustling.
Well, I appreciate you coming out. So,
Hustling a lot.
yeah. So, when did you decide that you were going to run?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I told a lot of people when I was running for mastric the last time that 4 year I was going to run for county judge.
Okay. And what made you want to run for county judge?
I just want the opportunity to step up and see what I can do for the county myself.
Yeah.
Because as a magistrate, you're limited of what you can do, and most of it goes to the county judge to bring up in front of the fiscal court to get voted on and passed.
I got you.
And I think I would work hard for the county to go to Frankfurt and see what we can do to help this county.
Sure, absolutely.
So
So you want to move up to the next?
I want to move up to the next level.
Yeah.
And put all the weight on my shoulders.
Okay. So I see you got your veteran shirt on.
Yes, sir.
Let's we can open up. We can start exploring that a little bit. When did you what branch of service did you go into, and when did you go into service?
I went in right out of high school in '82. Went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I was in the Kentucky Army National Guard for 24 years. Went in as 13 Bravo, which is Cannoneers Artillery. Then in 91, we switched to MLRS, to the rocket system.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent most of my time, and I enjoyed it. Done 2 tours overseas, Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom. So, and I wouldn't take nothing for it.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
And how long did you say you were in for?
24 years.
24 years. That's quite a while.
And retired as E7.
Okay. Old Sergeant First Class there.
Sergeant First Class, yes. And I worked hard to get there, too.
Oh, yeah.
I done all my schools that was required, and them schools not easy either.
Yeah.
Especially leadership and advanced leadership. They're pretty, what regular Army gives them to you at Fort Knox. So
yeah. Yeah, I know when I was on active duty, we had BLC for going from E4 to E5, and then from E5 to E6 was ALC. But with it being infantry, they could send you to BLC kind of anywhere, but ALC you had to go back to Fort Benning, Georgia for that. And I actually did my BLC, my basic leaders course. I did that in Bagram, Afghanistan. So I was deployed while I did that course.
Well, since you mentioned that, when we was deployed in 05 to Iraq, I done an online first sergeant interview.
Okay.
But of course, the timing between the satellites and them was all so bad. You couldn't keep up with them, and they will be asking you the next question when you was answering the first one. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough. That would be tough to sit through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so tell me about your family.
My family was Radford and Cloaktail Barley. My mama was a Kingery. Her and my dad both was born and raised in Suffolk Lick. And mama worked at Keys for 38, 39 years. My dad was always a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I was born in Suffolk Lick, me and my brother and sister both. But once we got older, we moved to in town on Monroe Drive. Then that's where we was pretty well raised till we was probably 10, 12-year-old. Then we moved back out to the country. So.
Okay. What kind of farming did your dad do?
Tobacco. Raised me and him, my brother, raised an acre of pepper. And of course, he just helped farmers do whatever they need to be done on the farm. So.
Okay.
And he enjoyed it. That's all my dad wanted to do was just farm.
What about you? Did you enjoy much of it?
Yes, I did. Yes. Oh, yes. When school was out, we was summers in the hayfield or tobacco patch when school was out.
Yeah. I've never done tobacco farming, but I hear it's hard work.
It is, especially a cutting and trying to get it in the barn. And of course, your money is at the end of the year when you're standing there stripping it, and that's the part I hated about it.
Yeah.
I'd rather be putting it in the barn and setting it, because that standing in that barn to just kill you standing there all day long.
Yeah. I've gotten sick hanging out in a tobacco barn before. I don't know if it's just because I wasn't used to being around it or what.
You probably got what they call tobacco poison off of it.
Yeah.
We had a buddy that helped us one year, and he ended up in hospital with it. How bad he got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It made me pretty well sick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the tobacco spray and stuff they use on it and stuff. Yeah.
But I see you got your wedding ring on. So tell me about your wife.
I am married to Pamela Sue Hale Bartley.
Okay.
I've been married since 85. Soon, I guess May will soon be the 40th one wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
I got 2 daughters. Mary Elizabeth Bartley Burge is the oldest one, and she's married to Adam Burge. And my youngest daughter is Emily Ann Bartley. And we have 3 fur puppies, we call them.
Yeah.
Diesel, Bella Kate, and Copper. So,
Okay.
and Diesel's an Australian Shepherd. Bella Kate's a Yorkie, and Copper is a miniature poodle.
Which one's your favorite?
I can't say.
Ah,
I love them all.
you love them all.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, my cousin he had a mastiff, and its name was Diesel, and it was a pretty big dog.
Now you have to watch what you say in front of them, because they have learned how the English.
Yeah,
You better not say go or who's out there, because they'll go to the door.
yeah, they know.
They know when it's time for you to feed them and go out and use the bathroom. So
Yeah. So kind of tell me what do you do right now for work?
I am retired right now.
Mm-hmm.
I put in 18 years at Wendell Froge's machine shop. I put in 18 years at Roy Anderson Lumber doing maintenance. And then I retired from the guard plus the work. And a guy called me at Moss, want me to come and do his hydraulic work for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my own small business that I do, just doing hydraulic work for him. I guess you call it contract labor. And of course, I went to school on being on hydraulics also when I was at Froge's.
Okay.
So
What's been your favorite job so far?
welding.
Welding?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I just love doing it. I love taking a piece of metal and turning it into something,
Yeah.
and building something for a customer, and him be real fickle with it when you get it done.
Yeah.
So
So you did 24 years in the guard, 18 at Roy Anderson's, and then another 18
Froze
at Froge's Machinery. So you just like to stay busy.
I like to stay busy.
Yeah.
Yes. When I retired, I stayed at the house maybe 2 weeks, and that's when I went to work for Calvin at Moss Sawmill, doing his work for him. So
Yeah. So tell me, let's go back to the county judge campaign. In your own words, what does the county judge do?
county judge is actually over the whole county. He makes sure that all ordinance is enforced, and he makes sure that all the people's tax dollars are used correctly,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. And also, myself, I like to put it in a paper once a month about the general fund and what the county's got going on with their tax dollars, so they can help see where it's going.
Yeah. So you feel like accountability is important?
Accountability is very important, especially the county judge, because he is the one that answers to the accountability of it.
Yeah. So where do you feel like Monroe County is kind of hurting right now from the county judge office? Is that fair to ask?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if you want me to ask it a different way, where do you feel like you could bring the most improvement?
I think I can work harder at it
Mhm.
because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do this for the county. Um, Industrial side, can you get a big factory in here? Probably not. But if I can get 10 to 20 jobs, I'll be tickled to death
Yeah.
in this little county. So,
And when you think of 10 to 20 jobs, what do you think what does that look like? What would bring that in?
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Um, and I know if we're going to get something here, we're going to have to work with the mayors also. Everybody got to be a team worker
Mhm.
to do this.
What about infrastructure? What does like infrastructure look like to you? Goals and things like that.
The goes. I would like to see tornado warning sirens put out through the county and some shelters put in and upgrade some more of our equipment for the winter and put people in place for that actually wants to help you work together and see what we can get started in this county.
Is there any specific areas that stand out to you that's in like dire need or that the most need of infrastructure improvement?
It's all about the same right now.
Yeah. How do you feel like you would balance fixing what we have versus bringing in something new?
Hmm. I think fixing some of the stuff that we already have, I think I can make an improvement on it. We also need to work with our businesses that's already here to see what we can do to help them to keep them here also.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing we need is the mills to leave from here because they're one of the biggest employees beside the hospital and the school board that's in the county. So and Stevens
Yeah.
and work with them to see what we can do to help them.
Yeah. I remember you mentioned Key. That is that where your wife?
Key Industries.
Yeah.
That's where my mother
Where
worked
your
for.
your mother worked?
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather. You may have known him, Willie Bowman.
Oh yeah.
He lived, yeah, Old Sulphur Lick.
He worked in the cutting room, and my mama worked about 50 foot from him doing the stops and slides back there in the back.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. What do you think Monroe County needs to do to attract new businesses?
We need to get us a workforce started, build it up, because that's the first thing they look at
Mhm.
is your workforce. And I also believe if you get a business here, people are going to come from other counties to work there.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, I won't say all the Monroe Countyans have a job there too, but it's nice to have surrounding counties come in to work there also because of the occupation tax that comes into the county.
Yeah. I hear a lot of our workforce actually works outside of the
They
county.
do.
It's
They do.
yeah.
They do.
So, I guess my question would be kind of along the lines of like, how do you balance bringing in bringing in businesses so that those people stay? You know, because if you build that work, you want to build the workforce up, but so how would you go about building that workforce?
It would be very, it would be very confident because these people that works like at Smokers has got 20 plus years in.
Mhm.
I don't think they would leave there to come to work here to lose their retirement and what they've already built up
Yeah.
in uh, benefits.
So if you had to describe like the financial health of Monroe County right now, how would you describe it?
Right now, we in pretty good financial statement. When we in good shape.
Yeah.
When I first went in my first term, I think the general fund was like 250,000. So we were struggling when we first went in. Now we got like a $2 or $3 million budget.
So what goes into that? Like, how did we get from the 250,000 to the 2 or 3 million?
We have been watching what we spend.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when Tommy was a judge at the time when I went in my first time,
Mm-hmm.
he was very, very strict on spending anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then after he passed away, then Mitchell took over. Then Mitchell was the same way till we got built up to where we need to be. Now the occupation tax is what got us where we're at right now. I know people fusses about the jail.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I voted against it, but in the long run, did I make the right decision or the wrong? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the jail budget is a lot better now than it was when we had our own county jail.
So explain to me what happened with the jail, because I'm not really familiar with that
The
situation.
state came in here and mandated that jail to be in compliance with a 80-bed jail. Okay, with that 80-bed compliance, however many employees that took, that's how many you had to have on employees on staff. Even though we only had 11, 12-bed jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to have roughly probably 10 people on shift where we was getting by with 3.
Okay.
So then your retirement would go up, your payroll went up, and plus the insurance would go up with all of them on and not needing them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we raised occupation tax to keep it open. Then it might have been a year later, they came back and mandated again on the jail. So that's when we voted to close it because you couldn't keep up with the mandates.
So it was just too expensive to keep.
Too expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time you paid insurance for the employees, insurance on the building, and getting it. And also the old jail was not handicap accessible either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we either had the ability to keep it open or we didn't, and it seems like we didn't have the.
we couldn't. There's no way we could have kept that open.
Yeah. Is that, you said you didn't know if you voted right or wrong, but is that how you voted to close it?
I voted to keep it open.
You voted to keep it open?
Yeah, but did I make the right decision? I thought in the long run, I think I have.
Got you. So where do you feel like the county is spending money well, and where do you feel like it could improve on where it's spending money?
Well, we have bought some state-of-the-art equipment with the taxpayer money. We can improve some on the road equipment.
Mm-hmm.
We have probably laid more blacktop than any physical court has ever laid since I've been in.
Yeah.
A lot of chip roads now are blacktop roads. And we got a good road crew, and they get out, keep everything moving. Far as, I guess you say, just putting money where it don't need to be, there's probably some places that can be improved on. I know a lot of people is loving the soccer complex down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think we made a good investment in it. So,
Yeah. Fair enough.
Other counties has got them. Why don't Monroe County's got one now? So,
Fair enough.
just got to finish it. We got to get our lights up and get all that going, and of course the pavilion's up now, and the playground equipment is state of the art because it is handicapped. It's for handicapped kids to be on. So
Yeah. Before, not the playground equipment, but you mentioned that we have state of the art equipment now. Is that like construction? What kind of equipment is that?
the mowing machine we got you can use it for different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a grinder head you can put on it, or you can put a bush hog on the boom. You can put a blade on it and push with it. It's got a big blower we can put on it. And we also bought a brand new dump truck.
Okay.
tandem, and it was brand new, and the boom mower is brand new. And we have a patching machine that you can patch with. It puts out hot oil, then you put your gravel, then you can put another coat of oil and another coat of gravel on it. So,
Very
and
cool.
it's very good. It's a
This
good
stuff is
good machine.
way over my head, but I take your word for it.
It's a very good machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you get in office, what's day one look like for you?
I just have to get in and get settled in, and just go from there. Get calmed down, and first of all, I think we ought to I'll do a good inventory of the equipment for one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then take the ball and go rolling with it.
Yeah.
So,
Are there any challenges that you anticipate like walking into?
I'm expecting some.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Probably some that I ain't expecting will probably be the ones that will be the most challenging.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there any issues that's facing Monroe County or that you feel like not a lot of people are talking enough about? Anything that stands out to you particular?
Mm, Mostly just jobs. Um, Where's that? No, not really. No.
Do you feel like there'll be any challenges working with the fiscal court?
Hmm. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, the judge is only the advisor for the magistrates.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Four judges or four magistrates can override the judge, and the judge, he's dead.
Yeah.
Um, I think if the people puts the right ones in, I can work with them, and I think we're gonna have a good working relationship and move this county on. Um, there's some good ones running for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I got to worry about my race. So,
Sure.
but I think if the people of the county puts the right ones in these offices, I think we can move forward
Yeah.
and work hard. So,
I mean, do you think there exists a scenario in which you get in the office, but then there maybe magistrates come into the office and it's going to cause like a deadlock?
uh, the the um, the county judge has a vote also.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, you could probably run into that.
Yeah.
We have, since I've been up there, and Mitchell Page, we've all worked together. We have left that office just the same as we did when we went in. We've, I have to say, none of us has started any trouble up there and argued.
Mm-hmm.
We've all worked together. We worked it out, and when we left, we was friends when we went adjourned out of business.
Yeah.
And that's what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to work together if they're going to make this county grow.
Yeah. So you don't really anticipate bumping heads too much?
No, and I'm sure it will. That's why the county attorney's sitting in there.
Yeah. Are there any specific businesses or industries that you'd like to see come to Monroe County?
Um, yeah. Um, I'd like to see some more restaurants come.
Mm-hmm.
Besides not knocking what we got, but
Mm-hmm.
I hear it out while I'm out going to door that we need something besides Mexican and barbecue. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, to get a good one here, you'll have to be in a French size to get them here.
You have to be a what?
Like in a French eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ronnie Turner years ago tried that. and they done the traffic monitoring, and there wasn't enough traffic back then to bring one here.
Gotcha.
So
Fair enough. What role does tourism what role does tourism or outdoor recreation play in our economy? Do we get any benefit from tourism?
yes, uh, I tell you what, I would like to see, and I don't know if I can do it, but I would like to see a spot fix summers here close into the county that we might be able to put a camper spot in where people could come in and stay in a camper
Mhm.
and enjoy the city lake
Sure.
and maybe travel from here to Del Hollow and back, and enjoy the city park too and Old Monkey Park. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think the city park is really nice,
it
and
is. They've done a lot of work on it.
yeah. I haven't been down there in a long time, but I feel like the time, because I used to work for the city
Right.
back in, like, I think it was like 2000 2020, and I did, like, a lot of mowing, just a lot of, landscaping and all that good stuff down there, and I think it's such a really nice area, but I feel like it's underutilized.
It is. Um, Speaking of the camper spots, if you ever been to Glasgow, going out on 31, where the Brown and Miller equipment sales is on the left,
Mhm,
on the right, somebody has put in a small camper lot there,
mhm,
and it stays full of campers
mhm.
right there. So a lot of people camps. I mean,
Yep.
you'll be surprised the people that would like to have a little camping spot where they could just go and park and enjoy it.
Yeah. Have you ever done that before?
I have once at Talladega.
Talladega.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Matter of fact, 23rd next weekend I'll be at Talladega. So
Okay.
yeah.
Who's your favorite NASCAR
Uh
driver?
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I like Brad Keselowski.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Like them all.
I liked him better when he drove the
Uh
number 2 Miller Lite
Miller Lite.
Ford
Yeah.
Fusion.
Yes.
Yeah, even though I'm not a Ford guy, I'm a Dodge guy. But
But
but yeah.
I enjoy it. We'll go down and more or less just sit in the stadium. Nobody knows you, and you're just as comfortable. And if you've never been to Talladega,
Yeah.
you need to go one time.
Yeah, I wanna go to Talladega, and I wanna go to Bristol. I've been to the Kentucky Speedway a few times. I don't know if you ever got to visit there,
No,
but NASCAR is a very unique
it
experience.
is. Been to Bristol.
Yeah.
Uh, it's something to see. I mean, it's amazing how fast they're going in that 0.533 mile, I believe. I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Just a little oval.
Yeah.
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 And then just, I mean, they're like bullets going
Oh
by.
yes. And of course, me and Pam also, we're big dirt track racers too. So
Okay.
yeah, we go to Burnside to watch them up there.
Okay.
Yep.
Does Tony Stewart, does he still do dirt track racing?
He does at Talladega when they're down there, and when they are at his speed dirt track at Endurance, I believe the name of it.
Okay.
Yep.
So how long do you think you've been watching NASCAR?
Uh, Probably since the 80s.
Since the 80s? Yeah.
Yep.
Was you watching when Earnhart got killed?
Yes, it was.
Man, it was tough.
It was. It was.
Yep. Is Dale Jr., is he still doing commentary?
So every now and then he does. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's working something out with Tony Stewart now, but I've not actually got the lowdown on what they're doing together.
I got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So what else do you like to do for fun, just to get out and enjoy yourself?
I like getting on the side by side and just taking off and riding. Same way as me and my wife, we'll get in a pickup some Sunday evenings and we'll just take off driving.
Yeah.
Just quiet and I like turkey hunting, deer hunting too.
Yeah. I like to drive around too, but these gas prices, man, it's
Uh,
killed that momentum.
uh, I think we'll have to make them where they run off water.
Yeah. Steam powered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody ain't made one yet that would run off coal oil.
Yeah. I don't know. They say that there's all kinds of stuff that all kinds of inventions that have been made that
Yeah.
but they just keep it all hush hush because they want us to keep using them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's some interesting stuff you think that people might not know about you?
Well, I'm I guess you say I'm old time Baptist.
Okay.
23 I was called by God to preach, and I'm a member at Scads Creek Missionary Baptist Church.
Yeah.
So, and
I know exactly where that's at. Is are you still preaching?
I do when I get appointments. I'm not been ordained or hold a church. I just get appointments.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Can we talk about that? Can we talk about faith? Are you
Yeah.
opposed to talking about faith?
Well,
Tell me about your story of salvation.
well, when I got saved,
Mm-hmm.
well, I seeked after the Lord for a long time, and I've been on altars at different churches.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in '96, I was on the altar at Mount Poland. On a Monday night, I went. My wife went to Air Revival, and I stayed home. I didn't go.
Yeah.
So then Tuesday, I got home from work, and after she wanted to go to Mount Poland, she said, I ain't got time. So I got ready and went. I called her that evening, and I said the next day, Wednesday, I said, get ready, and let's go to Mount Poland night. So I was on the altar Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday afternoon. But now that Saturday morning when I got up, I know something was different.
Mm-hmm.
I had a burden on my chest that wasn't leaving.
Yeah.
And I come in there where she's at and told her, I said, honey, I said, my chest is hurting. She said, you took your medicine. I said, I don't think medicine do me no good.
Yeah.
So I went in the bedroom. I prayed a little while in there and got up, come through her. And she said, how you want your eggs fixed? I said, you fix them however you want them. So I went out the back door and went up the road walking. I was trying to walk it off, but it wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We got the girls ready and went to church Saturday afternoon, and 1 o'clock, Brother Wendell Frodes was the preacher, and Brother Terry Jackson was the helper. And Brother Wendell called for altar prayer, so I got up, I went to altar, and I didn't make it there. I like about 4 foot. And when I come up out of that floor, I know what happened to me.
Yeah.
God saved my soul right there that day. So,
Yeah.
and I've never doubted the saving part, but how it was actually done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I like to hear people's story, and I think it's important to be able to share your test. I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
I was at my I was the summer between my second and third grade year. I was at my Nanny Bowman's,
Mm-hmm.
and me and my cousins were talking, and you know, I didn't really have a solid understanding. I just thought if you believed in God and believed in Jesus that you were going to heaven. I didn't understand you had to be saved. And they were talking about that, and I was like, well, what do you got to do to be saved? And they're like, you got to ask Jesus to come into your heart and all this.
Right.
And I was like, well, like I want to go to heaven. I believe. And so I did. And I had I was sincere about it, and I had an encounter with the Lord then, and I believe that I was saved then, but what happened is uh I I wasn't really I didn't have the understanding that I needed to have that comes with age and experience. You don't you I just knew enough to be
Right.
saved.
Right.
And I remember like the Lord was working on me, because I would be at school and we'd be cussing and stuff like that, and there'd just be this like, "Hey, man, knock it off," and just this conviction but that continued on for a while, and I finally just got more and more not convinced that I wasn't saved, but that I needed to straighten up my walk, you know. And it was about my 8th grade year, and I remember cuz I was just probably like what you were describing, that
Pressure.
pressure in the chest, just something's not right,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I was listening to Farther Along by Brad Paisley, and I was just like, God, like, look, I and he was saying, when we see Jesus coming in glory, when he comes down from his home in the sky, then we shall meet him in that bright mansion, and we'll understand it all by and by. And I was just like, God, like, I don't know what's going on, but I know that I believe in you and I believe in Jesus, and that's where I want to be
Right.
on that day. I want to be there. And um, that that was kind of like a real turning point for me. Like I said, I believed I was saved when I was that summer between my 2nd and 3rd grade year, but there was still a work to be done. And there's still work
Oh yeah,
to be done. I
they are.
mean, that process of sanctification is lifelong. Never going to be perfect on this side of life, but
Right.
yeah,
No one's perfect.
yeah. So, and how old were you when you were called to preach?
Uh, 61.
Yeah.
So
And how old are you now?
63. Well, I'll be 3 in August.
Okay. How many times do you think you've preached?
I've helped in 2 revivals, plus the appointments I've had, probably 10, 12, probably about 15 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever get any anxiety before you get up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if God ain't with you, you can't preach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can get up there and mumble words, but you might as well just be sitting.
Yeah.
So
What do you do to get your mind right, do you think?
I pray a lot.
Pray a lot.
Yep. Ask Him to help me and be on my side and
Yeah.
help me bring forth the message.
Yeah. And is there any this campaign do you feel like this is something that God wants you to do? Is this something that you want to do, but you obviously want God to lead the way? What's your
I want God to help me and lead the way, and I believe if He help me, I will make the right decisions.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So what's some things about the county judge executive office that a lot of people probably don't either that probably have maybe some misunderstanding, or they don't realize that the county judge is responsible for?
just about anything that goes on in the county,
Yeah.
especially through the fiscal court area.
Yeah.
The county judge has a lot of responsibility, especially when it comes to the finance side. Um, he better make sure he's got a good, very good um, accountant
Mhm.
and treasurer to make sure that everything matches at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And a finance officer. And we have some good ones. I have to say we got 2 good ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, do you appoint those, or are they just hired positions? How do you go about
Uh,
ensuring the right people fill those jobs?
the judge has the right to hire his treasurer. Then the court will vote on the finance treasurer. So, or secretary. We call them secretaries, but the
So,
judge has the right to hire his own
Mhm.
secretary that he wants. Then the fiscal court votes on the other one.
so there's 2 of them.
Mhm.
What's the purpose of having 2?
One of them takes care of all the books, like the minutes and stuff. And if Matrick calls in and asks us a question, something, that's her job to do that or pass it on to the judge. Uh, Finance officer, her responsibility is this finance. to take care of all that, bills getting paid and everything getting back. Especially if you transfer something out, make sure it gets back where it came out of the transfer.
Gotcha. So do we depend on grants or do we use grants? What does the county do to make money? You've mentioned occupational, is that right? The occupational tax?
Mm-hmm.
You've
Yep.
mentioned that a couple times, but
We do use grants. A lot of the grant money was for the playground equipment. We got a grant for that one, and I just feel like there might be some more grants out there that we can get that would help the county also move forward. So
mhm. Do you have to hire like a grant writer? Do you have someone in mind? How do you plan to go about that?
I have someone in mind. We have one that can write them. But actually, my opinion, we need one that can write them and not have to worry about nothing else. Just to do the grant to make sure that all the I and T is crossed.
Mhm.
Now that person don't have to be full time. I mean, it could be somebody. Um, I could even have you to write them. I mean, for
Shoot, I don't know if you want me to write you a grant. I'll be using Chat GPT or something like that to get it done.
but um,
So does the grant writer right now, like, do they have more than just that job?
yes.
Okay. What all are they responsible for?
Well, the one that done the last one, she is also the finance officer,
Okay. So you want to
and we
split?
try to utilize as much as we can too.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So in the office, you've got a finance officer and two secretaries. Any other roles in the office besides the judge executive himself?
No,
Nope. So
and we do have one. She works part time. She takes care of all of the employee insurance and the insurance for all the vehicles. Make sure, of course, she does part time though. She does all that.
what would be your budget priorities in year one?
Ooh,
Where do you think that money needs to go year one?
probably probably a couple of new vehicles for the road department. Uh, I would like to see at least one, if not two, tornado sirens put up,
Mm-hmm.
and do some improvement on some roads that needs to be opened up a little bit. And that's basically about. I mean, these always improvements that you can do, but that have just come a little at a time. At a time.
Yeah. Any specific roads that stand out to you
Mm,
that need to be, you said, widened?
I know we're pushing for the bridge right down here at the nursing home to be widened, and I will continue to keep that on their mind also at state level to keep that going.
Yeah.
So,
I know you may see me ruck around town every now and then. I'm usually crossing that bridge, and that's my only choke point that I have, is that bridge is just super narrow.
it is. It's actually narrower than the road if you ever get to noticing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It is kind of sketchy going through there, but I'd like to talk with you a little bit about your leadership style, if that's okay. Is that good with you? Are you good with that?
yeah. Of course, it's all military.
What kind of leader are you?
I lead from the front, not the rear,
Yeah.
and I'll take responsibility for anything that goes wrong.
So explain, I know being a military man what it means to lead from the front, okay? But explain to the average viewer what it means to lead from the front versus leading from the rear.
Um, Me, I'm always a hand-on person to get up front and make it plain what we're going to do, what the agenda is for the day, and make stuff happen and move on with it. When I talk about leading from the front, I mean get up, not lead it from behind, but get up front and show the people that you are concerned and really wanting stuff to work for this county, and make it happen.
Yeah. So it sounds more like a show what to do, not just tell what to do.
Right. And that's why I am. I mean,
How are you going to keep yourself available to people while you're in office?
I'll be in office. I will post my cell phone. If they can't get me, they can call the office, and the office can probably get a hold of me. I'm just a firm believer if the public votes you to do a job, you need to be at the office. I will be out in the county, riding around and seeing what needs to be done during the days, and getting with the road foreman and probably the master in that district, and talk about it.
What's something about Monroe County that you think people take for granted?
Don't really know.
That's a tough question.
It is. I don't know if I can answer it.
Well, I think Monroe County is a really good community.
It is.
And I think it's easy to take that for granted.
Since you mentioned it, I always heard about Fountain Run and Gamaya. Well, people, Gamaya and Fountain Run is part of Monroe County.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to come together as one county and work together. You're right. A lot of people take Monroe County for granted, but a lot of people don't actually know what all Monroe County has to offer to people either. So,
yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that Monroe County, of course, I caught flack from some people for saying this, but I think when you grow up in a place like Monroe County, you don't realize how good you've got it. And I think it's important not to leave Monroe County because it's good. It's better to be away from Monroe County, but I think time away from Monroe County really helps you understand how good we have it here.
I'll use one for example.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how good they got it made here until you get on a plane and you go to a foreign country.
Oh, yeah.
And see how they live. They have no rights. They can't even walk out in their yard. I mean, here you have peace. It's not like the big cities, and it's just totally different. Or is the air quality, everything. I mean, you can leave here and go to Barron County. It's not the same as Monroe County.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go on vacation, come back. First thing we say, "Boy, I'm back in Monroe County."
Yeah.
But people of this county just don't know how well they have it made here in this county.
No, we have it.
Fur is living.
We have it really good.
We do.
We have it really good here. And, of course, I've said this before. I think Monroe County has been a little slow in coming up to modern standards, but I think we still exist in that perfect little bubble of that old, what would you say? I don't know if old fashioned is the right word, but
you're pretty close.
Yeah. I think old fashioned. We'll go with old fashioned.
Yeah, because I've always said we are a little behind some other counties.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, that's probably a great thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. So you don't want to get so far removed from your roots that you can't even recognize
right.
the place you grew up.
Of course, this county don't have all the ordinance like other counties has either,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them don't even need to be existed. So,
Yeah. So why should Monroe County trust you with this job?
I have the experience to do this, and I'll be honest with everyone. And like I said earlier, every fiscal court meeting that goes on will be posted in the paper where people can see what's going on. I have no reason to lie to anyone to get this job. I'm just running on Ricky Bartley and Ricky Bartley only.
Mm-hmm.
So, not running for the title of county judge. I'm just running to help Monroe County and see if we can move it further on into the future. Now, what's the future going to bring? I don't know.
Where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you and have a chat with you?
I'll either be at the office or you can come to my house.
What about while you're on the campaign trail?
Just give me a call, and I'll come to them.
Fair enough.
And like I say, good Lord's willing, about 2 more days, I'll be all over this whole county.
How much of the county have you canvassed so far?
Probably about 95% of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've really, really worked this.
Is it catching up to you?
I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah.
So, as of when I came here out of Harlem Heights, um, I like just a little bit next to the old high school and finishing my district I live in, and I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
And you've been at it for how long?
I've been at it since December.
Oh, I can't whistle, but I would whistle right there if I could.
And there's a few. I ain't gonna say I got every house, but if I ain't, uh, if you know somebody who might know me, call me and I'll come and see you. So,
Yeah.
I'm always the one that well, I'll use my military experience here. I always the one that want to finish first.
Sure.
Get the job done and show people what you're made of.
So to wrap it up, what would you tell voters right now? This was the last thing you got to tell voters before they went to the polls.
I'm asking you to put your trust into me and vote me for your next county judge executive, and I'll prove to you what I'm talking about and what I'm all about. Just trust me. And I appreciate it. Appreciate this interview tonight. And go to the polls on May the 19th and vote for Ricky J. Bartley for your next Monroe County judge and see if we can't make Monroe County greater.
Make Monroe County great again.
So,
All right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming out. It means a whole lot. And I know I asked you some tough questions, but you answered them all.
I done the best I could. So
Yeah.
I'm just from the heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's get you out of here and get you. Are you still going to, are you going to go visit some more places or are you going home after you leave here?
Probably going to the house.
Going to the house. Have you had supper yet?
No.
Do you know what you're having for supper?
No.
Do you care what you're having for supper?
No.
Just hungry?
I'm no picky person. Don't matter.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Let's get you out of here.
Thank you.
Before, sorry to wrap it up. I've got a Average Joseph podcast t-shirt for you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.